Something wild is happening in the suburbs around Washington, D.C., and I've never seen anything like it. Home values keep going up, tons of people are moving in, and there's a flood of new investment. What we're seeing now is a real shift in how people live and work in the DMV, one that's here to stay. So in this video, I'll show you why these suburbs are blowing up, which ones match different lifestyles, and what's really behind this big boom. Let's dive in. First, let me start with the biggest reason why the suburbs are booming. More people can work from home and have flexible schedules. The numbers are pretty crazy. In 2022, about 25% of all workers in the Washington, Arlington, Alexandria area were working mostly from home. And that number was only 6% back in 2019. That makes this place the fourth highest for people working remotely in the whole country. Arlington County went even further. They were number 2 in the entire country for remote work, with 35.8% of people there working from home in 2022. That's the highest number for any county in the US. And here's something cool. The people who work from home in Arlington make about $110,000 a year on average. That's more than the $92,000 that most workers there earn. So now you've got people making a lot of money who don't need to be in an office downtown, and they're spending that money right where they live in the suburbs. Talking about working in an office, just wait until you hear what's happening in Anacostia. Because of more people working from home, it's becoming one of the most exciting and underrated places around. I'll tell you more about that in just a bit. Now, not having to be in an office sets up a pretty awesome situation. It means someone can live in Vienna with top-rated schools and a nice home and still keep their high-paying job in the city. That's totally different from how it used to be, when you had to choose between moving up in your career or living in a peaceful place. But this whole work-from-home shift is also tied to big changes in transportation, since billions of dollars are going into making travel easier. The Potomac Yard Metro Station opened in May 2023. It's helping build 7.5 million square feet of homes, stores, and offices, plus thousands of new places to live. And that's just one project. The Silver Line Phase 2, which goes to Dulles and Ashburn, has been running since November 2022. In just its first year, it gave 3.5 million rides. Now hundreds of thousands of people live near a metro station. Having that kind of access makes it easier to get work and also helps boost home values. And there's still more. The Purple Line light rail is now 76% finished, and they started testing it in April 2025. When it opens, it'll connect big job centers in Montgomery County and Prince George's counties to 4 other metro lines. That means people will have new ways to get to work, and more areas will be easier to reach. Plus, there's something most people don't know about the move from crowded cities to a nice connected suburbs. A group called the Greater Washington Partnership found that 49% of jobs in the region can be done from home. That's the second highest percentage in the US. So families making over $100,000 a year can now pick bigger homes and more green space, while still having fast train access to downtown DC. The numbers show this is actually happening. Right now, homes in DC are selling in about 56 days on average. But the area has more homes for sale in different market conditions depending on the suburb. So let's dive into some specific suburbs. Let's check out the ones in Virginia where this change is showing up the most. But before we jump into details, if you're serious about staying ahead in the super competitive real estate market in DC, you should subscribe to this channel. I cover everything from which suburbs are heating up to how interest rates and smart investments affect you. I also share deals you won't see on regular listings. In a market like this, knowing what's going on gives you the edge. Let's talk through the most popular places to buy a home in Virginia, starting with Falls Church. This town is a great mix of walkable streets and small town vibes. The median sales price hit $970,000 in June 2025, up 24% over the last year. But one thing that makes Falls Church really great is that it has 2 metro stations, East and West Falls Church. And it's also super easy to get on Interstate 66. So the downtown area has a walk score of 93, and the mixed-use West Falls project is bringing over 900 new homes and a grocery store. Plus, you get a small town feel and a 20-minute metro ride to Capitol Hill during off-peak times. It's a great setup for young professionals or small families who want both comfort and convenience. Now, if we head west, places like Vienna and Fairfax are quickly become the academic and innovative hubs of Northern Virginia. Vienna's average home price reached $1.6 million in June 2025, which is up 26.4% from last year. That makes sense when you see the kind of community that attracts. The average household income is around $223,500. Part of what's driving this growth is George Mason University's 2024 campus plan, which is bringing in thousands of new jobs and adding advanced research labs. All of this makes Vienna a high-demand area. But here's the thing. Families are paying well over $1.6 million for that access. That means there's a spot in Maryland that has similar benefits for less than half the price. I'll show you where that is in just a bit. But Fairfax, right next door, is also seeing major growth. In 2023, Fairfax County issued permits for more than 6,000 new housing units, the biggest increase in 10 years. So this part of Northern Virginia is a favorite for people who want top-rated public schools like Madison, Oakton, and Woodson, along with single-family homes and yard space, all while staying connected to the metro system. Okay, now let's dive into Arlington's hottest neighborhoods, Shirlington, Courthouse, and Roslyn. These areas are really catching millennials' attention, and for good reasons. Shirlington's median sales price is about $590,000, and that's down 1.4% from last year, so it's a better deal compared to Vienna. Plus, it's super walkable and has a buzzing arts and food scene. Courthouse, named after its metro stop on the Orange and Silver lines, is seeing some big changes. New mixed-use projects like Courthouse West and Arlington Plaza are converting older office buildings into modern apartments with bike lanes and green spaces. Home prices here are solid. The median sales price was $763,000 in June 2025, a jump of over 11.3% year over year. And homes sell fast, averaging just 19 days on the market. Now, Roslyn is seeing prices climb, with many condos now selling for over $700,000 on average. That rise shows how popular the area is becoming, especially with professionals who want quick access to the city. Speaking of getting around quickly, Roslyn is also becoming more bike-friendly. In 2024, the core plan added 1.2 miles of protected bike lanes, making it safer and easier to travel without a car. All three neighborhoods are only about 5 minutes from downtown DC by metro. They mix suburban comforts like great restaurants, fun nightlife, and easy bike routes with the kind of quick city access you usually don't get in the suburbs. Now, let's take a look at Alexandria and Potomac Yards. This is where historic charm meets the energy of the new tech growth. In Alexandria, the median home price reached $642,000 in mid-2025, down 7% from last year. And just next door, in Potomac Yards, condos in Phase 1 are selling for around $800,000. In this area, the new Potomac Yard Metro Station opened in 2023, cutting about 20 minutes off the commute to the Pentagon. That kind of convenience is a big deal, especially for professionals working nearby. And there's even more change coming. Virginia Tech is building a $1 billion innovation campus here, set to welcome thousands of new graduate students by 2025. If you're looking for more budget-friendly options, Stafford and Manassas are great places to consider. These two spots are some of the most affordable in Virginia right now, with typical single-family homes averaging about $555,000 in Stafford and around $550,000 in Manassas. Home prices in Manassas have gone up 24% over the past year. But here's something good for buyers. The number of homes for sales has increased a lot, up 96% in Manassas. That means that more choices that people have had in years. Plus, a big $3.7 billion project added new express lanes on I-66, providing more reliable travel options for commuters. And here's what's interesting. New communities like Embry Mills are building homes for around $400,000. Now, these places are perfect for military families and first-time buyers who want 4-bedroom houses about an hour from downtown. But that's only one side of the story. Let's cross the Potomac River and check out what Maryland has going on. Let's start with Bethesda and Kensington. The big thing there is NIH, which helps keep the area fancy. In June 2025, Bethesda's median list price was $1,457,500, and Kensington's was $949,500. Homes in Bethesda usually sell in 27 days on average, and homes in Kensington usually sell in about 22 days. Plus, Kensington has a Redfin Compete score of 85, which means that it's still pretty competitive. Meanwhile, the NIH Clinical Center is getting a $600 million upgrade. That's bringing a lot of biotech companies to the area. Also, the Purple Line opens up in late 2027, and it will let people from Kensington get to College Park and Bethesda without switching trains. Going further into Montgomery County, Silver Spring and Rockville show a mix of city and suburb that many buyers like. Silver Spring's median sales price is $529,000, which is up 18.9% from last year. There's only about 2 months of homes available, so it's definitely a seller's market. Rockville's median sales price is $615,000, which is down 10.5% from last year, but there's only 1.7 months of homes for sale there. And soon, I'll tell you about another neighborhood that not many people are talking about, but has a lot of potential. I'll get to that in a few minutes. But there's more. Rockville Pike is being rezoned to allow 12-story towers that mix incomes near Twin Brook and Shady Grove. And young professionals who are getting priced out of Northwest DC like the area because it has diverse food options and good train service with both MARC and Metro. Next up is Ellicott City and Annapolis. These places have a lifestyle benefits and long-term value. Ellicott City's median sales price is $700,000, and that's down 4.1% from last year. Annapolis median sales price is $790,000, and that's up 31.7% from last year. And here's something cool. Howard County schools are ranked #1 in the state for 2025. Also, Annapolis benefits from jobs in the state capital and has luxury waterfront homes, and which raises its median price. Ellicott City is also rebuilding after floods with $167 million from FEMA and the state. This money is helping bring back boutique shops back to Main Street. It's a great choice for families who want top-rated schools and nice amenities. And something you might not expect. Prince George's County is going from undervalued to a hot spot for investors. The median sales price there is $453,000, and that's up 0.7% from last year. New pending sales in January 2025 were 623, and that was up 2.5% the month before. Smart investors are watching because the purple line is boosting development near Largo, New Carrollton, and College Park. And Prince George's County also has a program that can forgive up to $25,000 in down payments for first-time homebuyers in 2025. Okay, now let me tell you about a place that could be a huge chance for people. Anacostia. For years, people didn't pay much attention to it, but now it's starting to change in a big way. And not many folks have noticed yet. There's a brand new park coming called the 11th Street Bridge Park, and it has a budget of $92 million. They're planning to start construction in May 2025. But this isn't just the regular park. It's also expected to bring in $56 million in direct investments to help with things like local housing and small businesses. There's even a new walking bridge being designed that'll connect people from Berry Farms straight to the metro. Also, in October 2023, they finished a solar carport and fixed up the parking garage at the Anacostia Metro. That project now gives 4.4 megawatts of clean energy and better lighting for safety. The average home price in Anacostia is $485,000. That's 18.6% higher than last year. And here's the thing, there's still a lot of room for growth. It's a great fit for people who care about making a difference, creative folks, or anyone buying their first home. Once the park opens and everything is done, home values could really jump. In a few years, people who buy now might look super smart. But just knowing about this stuff isn't enough. You also need to figure out which options work best for you. Let me help you with that. So here's who should be looking at each of these spots, because finding the right suburb for your lifestyle makes a big difference. If you're in the military or work for the government, check out Alexandria, Arlington, spots like Roslyn and Courthouse, or even Stafford. You can get to the Pentagon in about 15 minutes on a blue or yellow line. There's also easy access to Quantico with VRE trains and I-95. And don't forget work from home options we talked about earlier. If you've got a family and want more space in schools, go for places like Vienna, Fairfax, Bethesda, or Ellicott City. These areas have some of the top-rated schools, districts in the country, and a lot of big single-family homes that are hard to find closer to the city. If you're a young professional or a couple with 2 jobs, you're probably like Falls Church, Shirlington, Silver Spring, or even Potomac Yards. These spots are walkable, have good public transportations, and they're fun places to eat and home prices that are more affordable than downtown. And if you're a first-time buyer looking for a good deal, check out Manassas, Prince George's County, or Anacostia. Prices in these areas range from about $330,000 to $550,000. Plus, they have train connections and programs to help you with down payments. So, now that you've seen which areas are growing and what makes them stand out, let me show you what's coming next. The bottom line is that Washington Region's suburban boom shows no signs of cooling down. New developments, rising home values, and better transit options are changing the map fast. Whether you're looking for more space, top-rated schools, a quick commute, or your first step into home ownership, there's a suburb that's growing in all the right ways. If this helped you understand the suburban boom and you're thinking about buying a home, I'm your guy. Send me an email at ryan@coalitionpg.com and let's get started. The housing market moves fast, and the best deals don't stick around. I'll help you stay ahead and find a home that's right for you. But don't go just yet. I picked another video linked right here where I dive deeper into everything new and coming soon to DC. There are some really exciting projects you'll want to know about, and whether you already live here or you're thinking about making a move. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.